Welcome to Ivy Bags and Red Flags.
Where the saline runs fast and the red flags run faster.
I'm Natalie.
And I'm Ansley.
And today,
we're going to be talking about burnout and questioning everything. Today we're going to be getting a little too real, talking about burnout and imposter syndrome, aka wondering why we chose this life.
I think about that every day. Every unpaid clinical, my alarm's going off.
Yeah. Okay. It says the topic is feeling like you don't belong.
Yeah.
A little too often.
Yeah, a little bit. It feels like it's not. Yeah, I feel like that was last semester. I questioned it a lot. I questioned, should I be here? What am I doing?
I feel like especially it feels like I don't belong sometimes at clinical. Like when they say, oh, you're going to be paired with a nurse, but then the nurse doesn't want a student. And I'm like, am I really that bad? Or like,
is it really that dreadful for a student to be with you?
Yeah. I think that's where I started. Yeah, last semester and then this semester a little bit. Yeah. I'm like, dang, I'm not that bad, am I? But then they don't want another classmate, and I'm like, okay.
Tell me.
Maybe it's not just me.
They don't have a thing against redheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was last semester, especially because it felt like it didn't matter what we did. We were still not having a good time. Straight up not having a good time.
Yeah. Comparing yourself to classmates, do you ever do that?
I try not to, but you're going to.
You're human.
You're human.
Yeah, I tell myself that I don't because when you get in the program, you're not in competition with anybody anymore. Like everybody is your friend, your resource, you're all on the struggle bus together. So you're not competing. But I also feel like it's human nature to be like, oh, well, she made a 92 and I'm over here with a 78 and I studied twice as hard as she did.
But I will say for nursing, like for our cohort specifically, like, they're like, it's a 75, you pass, like that's all that matters. And they're very much like cheering you on if you made a 75. Even if you made less than a 75, they'll still cheer you on and be like, it's okay, you're going to get it the next one.
I feel like everybody in our whole cohort does that too.
Yeah.
Like our group really does that, but our whole cohort, like, oh, like I can help you study, or I can help you with your notes, or here's how I studied, I watched these videos, I did this. Like, you'll get it next time, and if you don't, it's okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I think everybody is very helpful. So that makes it not, like, I don't compare myself to people as much because I know that everybody around me is willing to help me.
Yeah.
Like professors, classmates, no matter who I go to, I know that somebody will help me.
Yeah, and that's because with other cohorts, I've heard it's like this big, like, ego.
Everybody's in competition with each other.
Yeah, and it's like, we're going for the same thing, like, same degree. And that's one of the things I really love about our cohort is that I feel like we're very, like, a loving cohort.
Yeah.
We love on each other.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
It is hard, and you also have to, like, I struggled with it a lot at the beginning, and then I'm like, we all graduate.
Yeah.
Like, we all get the same degree, no matter if you make a 76 on every exam or a 98. Like, you all get the same, and nobody's going to be like, oh, well, what'd you make on your exam 2 in your second semester of nursing school? I don't know. I can't remember what I made on the last one.
Like, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. As long as you're passing, like, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So I will say for me, comparing, a little bit, but like not, it's more like, dang, I wish like Tina won't study until the night before and literally make a 100. And I'm like, you rat.
It irritates me.
I know.
I stayed up after midnight studying. And she's like, oh, I studied yesterday morning when I woke up.
She's like, no, hope it was enough.
I wish. Love you, Tina.
But, dang, God, how do you do that? Dang, girl.
If anybody gets an excuse, though,
it's her. Yeah, she does have 2 kids. And a third one on the way.
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Have you ever felt dumb in clinicals or in class?
Yes.
Every clinical.
How many times they ask a question and I'll say the answer and I'm like, oh, okay.
Because they're like, class participation, Like, and they'll walk around the room, which I love and I hate. I love it because it keeps me involved. Because it's very hard for me to sit still in a 4-hour lecture if you're just standing at the front of the room.
But I also hate it because I have to be involved, so I kind of have to pay attention to what you're telling me.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, okay, what's this? Or like, they'll ask a question, and me and Natalie will both look at each other and say an answer, and they're like, well, and
It's
I'm
actually
like,
left field where they got the answer, and you're like,
okay, all right, I'm in right field. They're like, you're on the right track.
I wasn't.
No, you're not. They just say that.
Yeah. I was like, okay. But yes, I have felt dumb. Not really in clinicals, because need I say more on that? But
there have been a few times in clinicals, and I think it was more at the beginning. They're like, okay, well, what does this mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Can I Google it? Not Google it. Use Nursing Central.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting better though.
Yeah, I could see like the first couple semesters, like I felt like an idiot sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really in class when they ask something and I say something, I'm like, brother, you idiot.
And then somebody else will say it across the room, and they'll be like, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, okay, I didn't say anything.
I wrote it down.
Yeah. Have you ever? Oh, well, I know the answer.
Oh, no.
The moment. Why am I even here? Last semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably midway through, and I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Have you ever had? This one's funny. Am I the only one who reads a question 5 times and still guesses?
Oh no, I'm like.
Sometimes on exams, I'll read it, and I'll be like, that's a really good question, but I really have no clue. And they're always like, just read the question over and there's something in there
That's gonna stick out.
No.
Sometimes I'll read a question, and I'm really bad to do this, and I think we've said this in a previous podcast. I will talk to myself during an exam.
She does.
And I know there has been a time where I've sat there and I've read the question and I was like, huh? Like, what did I just read?
I think I've heard Natalie say, huh, out loud.
Or I'll be like, what? Like, that didn't even, like, was that English? I feel like that's a different language. But
Yeah.
yes, I have read a question like 6 or 7 times. Ooh. I did not mean to do that.
5 or 6 times?
5 or 6 times.
The next topic is mental and physical exhaustion.
Oh gosh.
It's real.
It is.
I feel like that's one of those things that, like, you also don't get unless you're going through the same thing. Like,
Mhm.
I'll tell my mom all the time, I'm like, Mom, like, especially last semester, I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, I have no motivation. Like, my brain hurts if I even think about opening a textbook or, like, opening my computer to work on something. And she was like, Ainsley, she was like, she's a great motivator. Love her. And she was like, keep going. You're doing great. And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, my brain hurts. Like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought or had mental exhaustion until nursing school.
Yeah, I don't think I had either. I think it also carried over into this semester for me because I thought it would be a great idea on top of the job I already have to get a externship. So like I'm extra spread thin, and
Yeah.
so I feel like the exhaustion part has hit hard this semester, and like I have zero motivation to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's a brick wall.
Can't go anywhere. Yeah. I feel like it's mental and physical and emotional.
But like, we deal with it by trying to go to the gym and like trying to go to bed at a decent time ish.
And take naps when you can.
Definitely heavy on the naps. Like after clinicals, we usually take a nap. Because this semester, like, we have to study, but we don't, like, not like it was, like, last semester. Like, we still have to study, but not as hard. I won't say as hard, but as long. Last semester, we were studying every single day. This semester,
For multiple hours a day.
yeah, this semester we can do, like, 3
We have
times a
little more
week.
wiggle
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
it's not as like strict, but
It's also one class. Last semester is 2 classes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad, but it's also like just taking those naps or like taking that extra time for yourself.
Get a coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like coffee, and I don't know. Last semester we had the gym a lot.
We did. We've slacked a little this semester, just a little. We do. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm actually scared.
Okay.
Oh, good.
At what point during last semester did you think that like all the burnout symptoms hit at one time? Like, was it midway through 3/4 finals?
I was
The beginning of
probably-
this semester?
I think it hit me midway through last semester, but then I was still like able to push past it. But then this semester, I think
Last semester we're like, okay, this time next year we'll have like 1 month till graduation, or like 2 months till graduation. And then the beginning of this semester, we're like, ugh, like it's this year. The senioritis,
it hit
it's starting to.
really bad. Like I don't want to do anything.
But then at the same time, I feel like that gives me more motivation to finish it.
Yeah.
But also, I'm cherishing the moments that I'm in right now, because knowing this time next year, I'll have a big girl job. Ugh. Like, I don't
We'll be
know.
nurses this time next year, which is like
Insane.
crazy to think about. Like, I don't know. That's also like a surreal moment too. Like, I think after the new year, I was like, dude, we graduate in December. Like, we're literally about to graduate in December, and like everything that we've talked about this whole entire time is we're literally about to do it. And I think that's the crazy surreal part. So it does kind of motivate you a little bit too, but also I'm like, I can't keep my head above water.
Also, cherish your nursing school years. Because as much as you want to, like, drown, they're really, my grandma says it, these are the best years of your life. Okay, they really are.
They are, but like it feels like you're
It
dying.
feels, it feels like you're dying in the moment, but then now that I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it feels like I'm pulseless, but
And then the more I move on, I'm like, okay, like let me actually cherish these moments while I've got them.
yeah, let's enjoy these little times.
Single life.
Woo!
Yay. Okay. But this one says we're not actually failing at life. It just might feel like you are.
It's true.
But I feel like when you fail an exam, you're like, golly, I need to be kicked to the curb.
No, literally, if I like,
Like I feel like I need to be swirling down that drain.
I just felt like the biggest idiot. I'm like, dude, you knew the answer. What are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
or I would be like, man, I ate this exam up. And I get the grade back, and it ate me up, and I'm like,
Okay. But the exams that I feel like I did the worst on, I really did the best on. So if I come out of the exam feeling confident, I'm like, all right, I got an F.
yeah. If I'm like, hey, that wasn't too bad, it's usually bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard nursing school actually is, we talked about that. While struggling and failing are not the same thing.
No. Well, I kind of did both last semester though.
Because I feel like sometimes we would feel like we were struggling, but we weren't failing by any means.
Yeah. No, we never, like, I will say, because I've heard some other people talk about some of their friends that were in our group, like our nursing cohort, talk about, like, they were really on the struggle bus. And I was like, I mean, I failed one. But when I say I failed by, like, less than 1 point. It was, like, not bad when I failed an exam. So it was like, was I really failing? But it just felt like,
Didn't we fail the same exam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, great, this is my study partner.
But it's also funny because obviously we study together all the time, and like say Natalie will make an 82, but I'll usually make within like 3 points of what she makes, no matter what the exam is.
That's true. Yeah.
I think there's been like one other one where it was like greater than 5 points apart.
Yeah.
Besides med math, in the middle of the time there.
We talked about med math.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, there'll be some questions on an exam, and I'll be like, Ansley. Like in my head, I'm like, Ansley.
But we like when we studied, I'll be like, shoot. I was like, me and Natalie literally talked about this in the study room yesterday, and I'm like, I know what it is, but I just need some confirmation.
I know, and it's like, so after the exam, I'll be like, I saw that question. I was like, what did you put? Or she'll do the same thing. She'll be like, I saw this question. Like, what did you put? And you're like, okay, good. We put the right answer. Well, at least we put the same answer.
The same answer. It might be wrong. Who knows? Yeah. The next one is growth you don't notice. I feel like we grew last semester, but I felt like we were drowning. In the moment, we felt like we were drowning, but didn't actually realize how much we were growing.
I think that was the
Wow,
biggest
that was a good
difference.
sentence.
That was a good sentence. Wow, look at you.
Thanks.
Might be an English major.
That was a good
I think the biggest growth I can see is like, I guess confidence.
Yeah.
I think it's like, okay, I kind of sort of know what I'm doing.
But you know what like that really put you through a trial, like you know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, your limits, because man,
It was rough.
It was, and it was like, what's the hardest part? The whole thing.
Everything.
It just felt like we were on a hamster wheel and we weren't getting anywhere. And it was like, no matter how fast we were going on the hamster wheel, we were still not doing good.
Yeah. The next is moments you handled well but didn't give yourself credit for. There was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I will say another thing is celebrate your small wins.
Yeah.
Like after every exam, no matter what our grade was, we got a sweet treat.
Yeah, we did.
We usually got insomnia.
We did. Even the ones we failed. We made it a little more salty.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But we still, like, it could have been worse. Like,
Yeah.
We studied our butt off. We did everything that we knew how to do. We turned all our assignments in. You did this, you did that. Yeah. But, like, celebrate the small wins.
Yeah.
Don't just celebrate
And like,
the big wins. Well, those are important too. But don't wait to celebrate a big win. Celebrate the small wins in between.
yeah. Yeah, you're on a roll. I will also feel like dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. I know I didn't tell them either. Dadgummit. What was I gonna say? Maybe I'll think about it. If I go randomly, then I remembered.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Last segment. How we get through it. Coping and friendship support.
Well,
Family, friendship, coping mechanisms.
I will say a big one is like just, dang, wow.
You lost
I'm
it
a
again.
space cadet over here. What is happening?
Wow. Wow.
The claw.
From Toy Story?
Yeah. Can you read the question?
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Okay, it's coping and friendship support. It says leaning on each other, venting without judgment. That's a real one. I feel like another thing is, like, I could tell my mom everything that happened, and like she would respond, but I'm also like you. Okay, my mother is not in healthcare. She will tell you that she could never do healthcare at all. So I'll tell her this, and she'll be like, ugh. And I'm like, Mom, like, let me tell you. And my dad's like, let me hear it. But that also circles back, like, your friends and the people going through nursing school with you are the only ones who truly get, like, either your frustration or your, like, a story you tell, or
Yeah, like I'll call my mom.
when you vent about something.
Yeah, like I'll call my mom and I'll be like, I'm irritated. about all the things. And she's like, well, why? Why are you irritated? I'm like, there's just so much. And there's too much for me to go into detail for me to explain it.
But it's like, days like that though, it's like bam, 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 like one thing after another. And you're like, I don't know, like the other day, when something at clinical irritated me. Oh, it was bad. And I told my mom, and she was like, Ansley. I said, it was really just in the moment. Like, I'm fine now. It was just in the moment. I was heated. And it takes a lot for me to get.
It does. And it's really, really funny when she gets irritated. Because it's like, few and far. I get irritated, but there's a difference between getting irritated and getting mad. If I get irritated about something, like 20 minutes later, I'm laughing about it. But if I get mad,
that's a bad day.
Yeah, that's not good for anybody.
For whoever Natalie looks at. This one is your favorite. Laughing through it.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Humor. If you haven't picked up on that, is my biggest
If you don't laugh, you will cry.
Yeah, it's true. And so I try to find something funny in every situation. Like, you know what? It doesn't matter that the world is burning down around me. At least I'm still here. Or at least I'll think of something funny to say to try to lighten the mood. So I will say humor.
I feel like if you don't find humor in it though, you're gonna be struggling.
Yeah, or you're literally gonna crash out every single day.
Yeah.
Especially last semester, I would just laugh because I was like, this isn't real. This is where the cameras show yourselves
yeah.
This can't be real. I'm on a reality TV show. But it was real. Real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. It's like I'm having war flashbacks. It was real bad.
It also helps that we try to get our clinicals together. We sit beside each other in class. Literally do everything together.
And that is helpful because if something happens, I can just cut my eyes. Also, don't look at me.
I have an ongoing list of things that happened or
Oh yeah,
and it's pretty good.
It is
So I also would recommend if you're starting nursing school or in your beginning semesters or if you're not, just jot down a list because one day I'll look back at them and be like, oh my gosh. I remember that.
I remember doing that, yeah. We looked at it the other day and some of it I had forgotten that happened. Things that were said or did.
There are really good memes though.
Yeah, and we also started, since we are graduating in December, we made this album of pictures from nursing school that we've taken along the way. And it's kind of bittersweet to look at because it's oh, I remember wow, I remember that picture and we knew absolutely nothing. We were stressed out about Tina Jones. And
yeah, but we also, in that album, we added our acceptance letter.
Yeah.
A screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy cow. But I remember in the moment, who I was with when I got it, how I told my mom, how I called them. And I remember exactly where I was at. I was sitting right there and I had ordered a new pair of shoes. And I told my mom, or I called my mom, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, look, I got this new pair of shoes. And I showed them to her, and I was like, ha ha ha, the shoes are great. I said, but oh, by the way, I got accepted into nursing school. And she was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was at work, and I had left to go get snacks from Dollar Tree. And I was with a coworker, and we were checking out. And it came across my watch, and
mine did too.
I pulled it up on my phone, and it was congratulations, you've been accepted. And I literally grabbed her arm, and I was like, I just got accepted into nursing school. And it was a fever dream. And the cash register lady was like, congratulations. And I was like, thank you so much. And so I called my mom on the way back, and she just busted out crying.
No.
And she was like, I'm just so proud of you. And I got back to work and I told some of my coworkers and they were like, dude, I'm so happy for you, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that night I went to my grandparents' house and they decorated and it was fun. It was fun. But we're almost done, which is crazy.
I know, this is funny you said that. This last one says reminding each other of why you started. Last semester, I had to do that a lot.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do this. do I want to do this? I want to do this.
But I feel like we felt like crashing out a lot. More
I think
times
we
than
did.
not.
Yeah, I think we did also crash out a lot and like cry a lot, and there was a lot. Oh, last semester just sucked.
It was awful.
It really, looking back on it and looking back at some of the pictures, like you can see that in my eyes, I'm dead.
The horror.
Like, if you look close enough, you can just see the tears shutting down my face, because it was like, and it was also like, you couldn't do anything fun without being stressed.
Or feeling guilty.
Or just being like.
But another thing, another not coping, like another way that we, like, would take, like, breaks or whatever, we would go play pickleball. And we would quiz each other while we were hitting the ball. So we would be like Natalie would hit it and be like, oh, well, what's this medication for? And then I would go back, okay, this medication's for this. What's the side effect of this?
Mm-hmm.
Like active recall while you're playing something, so you don't feel as guilty.
Yeah.
But you're still outside having fun. And also take walks.
It also doesn't feel like you're studying when you do it like that.
Yeah.
And like a good walk is fun too, and you can also like kind of talk a little bit about.
But go like no notes, just off of like
your noggin.
Brain. Yeah.
And you know more. That's one thing I've also said, and I said that last semester. You know more than you think. Like, you really genuinely don't feel like you know anything, but you actually do know a lot. And I had to keep telling myself that last semester. And like, I also had to tell myself an exam grade does not define you.
Yeah.
Like, I think we said it earlier, like, they're not going to ask you, hey, what'd you make on such and such exam, such and such year? Like, they're just not going to.
Yeah.
Nobody actually cares. Like, when you get hired, they're not going to be like, what'd you make?
I don't know.
Probably passed. I might have not have.
I still graduated.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day, is
Yeah.
making it to the end.
Some mini bits or advice we can take ourselves. Stop comparing yourself, which we don't. I feel like we've gotten a lot better about that.
Yeah.
But it was
But
from the
don't
beginning.
compare. Like, don't
It's
do
not
it.
worth
It's
it.
not, because at the end of the day, like she said.
You gotta put your brain power
And
somewhere
like,
else.
yeah, and also like, you might be. Some people might be really good and book smart, but not as good on skills, and you might be good at skills but not like book smart. And a lot of times the skills are going to take you further. So like, just don't compare yourself and learn from other people.
Everybody has different strengths
and weaknesses.
Yep.
And that's why like the nursing career is like it's a teamwork. You work as a team.
It is. Take a break, and you're doing better than you think you are.
Yeah, take that break. Whatever it is, give yourself like.
And don't study for too long at once. Like, I think the max we would study is like 45 minutes. Take a 15-minute break, or longer.
Sometimes longer.
Come back. Study again. Run it back. The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and like in that time, we also like when we would take the breaks, we would move away from where we were. So like change the scenery.
Also,
If
yeah,
that makes sense.
I agree.
Like
Some days we'd go to a study room. Some days we'd go to the library. Some days we'd sit outside. Some days we'd stay here, sit on the couch. I mean, whatever.
But yeah, like change your, and even if you're like, if you have if you can have a study room when you're on your break, walk around or go do something outside of that study room, so you're not
In a 2x2
yeah
for 8 hours.
because that gets annoying.
Yeah.
And it shrinks.
But yeah, it says if you're burnt out or feel like you don't belong, you're not alone. Everybody goes through it. They might not say that they're going through it, but they definitely are.
That is something too, like communicate that with your group or your friends. Like, hey guys, like I'm actually burnt out. Like I'm actually like in the trenches. Like, do you have any ideas? And like maybe they can help you or give you an idea. But it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help. And I think that's the biggest thing last semester taught. I I think all of us was to do that.
I agree. But it's like the other day you told me, you're like, dog, I'm burnt out.
Yeah, I did. I was like, dog, I can't. I'm not okay. And I wasn't. I was not okay.
But yeah, it says you're probably doing better than you think, even if your brain says otherwise. So
Yeah, your brain will tell you that you're dumb. And I'm like, that's crazy because aren't you the brain? So really,
Also,
you're dumb.
another thing, tell yourself positive things. Don't be like, I'm going to fail this exam. Tell yourself, I'm doing great. I'm studying as much as I need to. I've studied all I can. I've done all I can.
And I know it's
I'm going to make it great. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to pass. Because that guy up here, whatever you tell yourself is how you're going to go into the
Right.
exam. So if you go in, my mom told me this the other day. Because I told her, I said, Mom, I didn't do good on an exam. She said, well, Ainsley, she said, what'd you tell yourself? I was like, well, I told myself that I was going to do okay. And she was like, okay. She was like, tell yourself you're going to do good, and you will do good.
Yeah. And also, like, it's cliche, but having little affirmations, like, around your room, especially because, you know, being in nursing school, you have to have your expo marker, like, writing them on your mirror, like, little affirmations, whatever they are, like, keep going. I have on my mirror, like, you're gonna be an amazing nurse, and, like, you will be. And, like, just little, like, a smile, something stupid, like, a
I've
smile
got
looks
one
good
on my
on you.
bathroom. Yeah.
Like, a smile looks good on you, and then, like, little things. And you can change. The cool thing is you can erase it and write another one, and, like, whatever your struggle is. And, like, I have a whiteboard in my room, and I have, like, Bible verses on it, and, like, I have, like, different things on them to, like, motivate myself. And I know it sounds cliche, but, like, it really does help.
But you read that more times than you don't. Like, I
Yeah.
have one on my bathroom mirror. It says, one day you're going to look back and see how hard you worked. And I'm like, dang.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. I saw that on TikTok.
I will also say, and I said this before we started it, the thing that will make you cry, like, instantly as a nursing student is somebody, a patient, or, like, a nurse that you're working with to tell you genuinely from the bottom of their heart that you're going to make a good nurse. Like, that is, like, literally the sweetest thing anybody could tell you. Even if a professor could say it to you. Anybody. Like, and you can tell they genuinely mean it.
It'll rip your heart too.
Literally makes you want to shed a tear.
Yeah.
Because one of my instructors for one of my specialties, she wrote something and it was like, she's gonna make an amazing nurse, and I'm literally like in the emergency room, like
Sobbing.
literally,
Yeah.
like boo-hoo crying in the corner.
Yep. Alright.
But yeah, just keep pushing yourself, and like, if you haven't started nursing school, I mean, it's hard, but it's not that hard.
You'll get through it.
You really will. If I can get through it,
find your groove and your friends
and that's all you need,
and live
and
on
a little bit
prayer.
of coffee.